If you want to make your 2018 and newer JL Wrangler look beefier and more aggressive without having to spend a ton on new wheels and suspension, then this kit is your answer. These are effectively the easy button for giving your Jeep the stance you're looking for, and it won't cost you that much to do it. Adding wheel spacers makes your wheels sit further out from the body of your Jeep, effectively adding offset. And while some just act as shims, these are a little bit different as they've got integrated studs, and as you can see, they come pre-installed for you. So you can get more width in a safer manner as everything gets bolted down properly. Now, as the name implies, these are also a hub-centric design, meaning that they are designed to fit perfectly over the hub on your Jeep, which keeps things centered properly for safety. And when it comes to sizing, again, as the name would say, these are 2-inch spacers or about 50 millimeters thick, which is going to give your rig a very aggressive stance. So if you're running stock wheels that are inset from the fenders, these are going to give you a lot of additional poke. And if you're running wide aftermarket fenders, these can help fill them out better. And since these are pretty thick, it is worth mentioning though that if you're already running a high offset wheel, you may get some rubbing. So check the offset of your wheels, add 50 millimeters to it, and you'll have a pretty good idea of where you're gonna end up. So check your offset, add 50 millimeters to it, and you'll have a pretty good idea of where you'll end up. Spacers are a simple thing with no moving parts, but it's still important that they're done right, especially considering where these mount. These are constructed using high-strength build aluminum, and they're CNC machined for a perfect fit. That material is then anodized for additional protection against corrosion, and since they're all black, they're gonna blend right in. These things are pretty darn solid, and also you get the new lugs that you need, and the studs are already pressed in here, so it makes your install job a little bit easier. Pricing comes in at about $225 for the set of 4. That is one of the best stance to cost ratios that I've seen. So if you want that aggressive stance, these are gonna get you there for less than the cost of one individual wheel in most cases. And unlike a lot of other spacer kits, this one comes with 4 spacers in it, so you don't need to buy 2 of them. And since these are still a heck of a lot less than a set of new wheels, and you're also not gonna have to deal with mounting and balancing tires, so it makes things a little bit easier for you. Speaking of easy, installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 1 hour to complete. Now, if you can remove and reinstall your wheels, you can install these. It's about as simple as that. Everything bolts right on. Again, you've got the studs and the lugs that you need to get them installed too. So let's head out to the shop and we'll walk you through the process step by step.
Tools required for this install include an impact gun, an extension, 19 millimeter socket, and the appropriate socket for your lug nuts. What's up guys? Today we're installing wheel spacers on our Wrangler, so let's get started. Now once you safely have your Jeep jacked up, we can take our wheel off. Now I'm using a spline key for ours. We have aftermarket lug nuts on here. It should be a 19 or a 21 millimeter lug nut from the factory, so use the appropriate socket for your lug nuts. Now we're ready to mount up our wheel spacer. Now I would highly recommend throwing some thread locker onto your factory studs here. Since we're just doing this for demonstration purposes, I'm not going to be putting any on, but I would highly recommend it. And then just line this up, slide it on, and then we're going to be installing the lug nuts that came with the spacer onto our factory studs. So throw them in a 19 millimeter socket and thread them on. And I'm just going to throw my impact gun on the other side. We're going to tighten these down, and then you want to torque them down to the manufacturer's specification. Now we can lift our wheel back onto our spacer and then thread on your lug nuts. And then once again, just grab whatever size socket fits your factory lug nuts or aftermarket lug nuts and tighten those down. And then once you have one done, you can repeat that whole process for the other 3 wheels. And once you have all your wheels back on, make sure to torque your actual lug nuts down to spec as well. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the 2-inch Hubcentric Wheel Spacers and a set of 4 for your 2018 and newer Jeep Wrangler JL. Thank you for watching, and for all things Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.